Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to my Ruby programming language lessons. This is going to be the last lesson for this series. It will be a little bit much more longer than usual ones. So without wasting any time, I'd like to start up our courses. Okay, in our last lesson, we'll go on with our methods, and I'd like to give an example here, the application of this procs. And here I define once again a calc method. I assign a start variable. So it's gonna recall a time module with now parameter, with now method, and I will recall a proc with a call keyword, and I'd like to calculate duration. That's gonna be calculated as by subtracting the startup situation, startup value of the time now, the current time, and our declaration, our method declaration will finish here. So we do some things here. Our proc, our new proc is defined, is created like this. So this is the initial value. So it's gonna be repeated 1 million times. Okay, 1 million times, 1 million ticks we can say, and our counter will be increased with each time, at each time, and surprisingly it's gonna print out, it's gonna display a calc method with some proc procedure as it is calculated, and let me show you this one, and you will understand much more. So just we found this in seconds units, 0.17. Just I can say that this is the execution time of this block. For example, we could wonder about how long time our method, our proc consumes from CPU time. Just we can find out this one, and this can be used for other purposes, of course. For example, if you find another alternate algorithm, and you'd like to find out which one is consumes less CPU time, so it's up to you when you decide on mission critical subjects, mission critical tasks. So it's gonna give an idea about the consuming time. Okay, let's go with another one. I here define a proc here, and within this proc I'm a proc string will be printed out. So by simply mentioning its name with call method, it's gonna be printed out on the screen. Okay, as it's expected, it's printed on the screen. Let's go with another one. Okay, I'd like to remind Lambda functions here. A simple thing. I here define a talk variable with Lambda functions. It's gonna print out a high string on the screen. So talk. Okay, just ignore this, and simply I recall talk methods, and would like to show you the result. After that, I will show you the alternative one. So by using this one, it's printed out here just by making inactive, I'd like to show you this one once again. Okay, just by ignoring this command, I use this structure. Okay, this alternative format, as you can see, we get the same result. Okay, just I would like to show you this example for Lambda application. Instead of Lambda, in shortly, we can assign talk. You can assign to talk method the parameter high, like this. Sorry. This time here I assign a multiplication lambda function to variable a. I here call this function with parameter 6, and once again this time I assign a talk function here with lambda. So it's gonna be print out this string on the screen. So I here define another one here, talk underscore proc. This time it's gonna print out here on the screen, yes, and just here I recall talk method with parameter David. So it's expected hello David on the screen, because this part of the string is constant, and this is the argument to be accepted by the user, or by simply mentioning on the recalling mechanism. And here I give another example for recalling with parameter. In this case, David argument will be changed with Amy. Hello Amy will be given on the screen. Just these are all simple examples. Just instead of this, you can place here some explanations about your code. For example, at the beginning of code or an algorithm, you might need some explanation. So just changing the argument, you can express whatever you wish to say. Okay. And here I give this example without using any arguments. Sometime it might require to recall it without any instant. Just the mechanism works fine once again. So just hello will be printed on the screen. And this is another extra case for the example. Okay, I call talk, but without mentioning any proc here. So as it is expected, it gives error. Just I want to show you by running it. Okay, what is set? It's set wrong number of arguments. Given 0, expected 1. That means you have to at least give one argument for that. No argument, so it's gonna give an error. Okay, let's go with our next lambda function. I here define a lambda function with two parameters, x, y. So the function lambda function is x divided by 2. So by just I use this lambda function by mentioning its name by keyword call with these two parameters 7 and 2, and it's expected it's gonna give a division without remainder. Okay, integer. This version is integer division. Okay, welcome to files. At last we have reached files manipulations. I here start with some explanation about file implementation procedures. I here define an object of this implementation, this method, and it's gonna give two parameters. One is to be the name of descriptor of a file, and the other descriptor of accessing method. W plus stands for it is writable. Okay, this is the text. This is the file name with a txt extension. Okay, please do not forget to close after you manipulate with class with a file. Pardon, sorry. File.close. So there are some explanations here. Just quickly, I have to repeat again. Okay, just I said, W plus stands for read write. R stands for read only. R plus read write. W write only, and write only depends to the end of the file. In fact, that means it's not gonna read the whole file. Instead, it's gonna append the item at the end of the file. A plus read write creates a new file and appends to it. So please be careful using this option, because it's gonna corrupt your existing file content. So before using this one, you have to be sure about that file does not exist or does not have crucial things inside it. Okay, this is the structure for that. Okay, this is not an executable Ruby file. In fact, let's go with another one. I here give some information about writing on files. Here I define a file test.txt, and I access it by this keyword, and I'd like to insert some data inside the file, such as some text, and I use this notation of file.puts, and after that I do not forget to close it. Let's run it and see what it's done. Okay, there is nothing because when I prepared this file, these examples, I repeated once, and that might cause to delete the existing ones. Actually, it must exist some text. Okay, test txt. Okay, okay, exists in fact, but where is that? Okay, because we do not do anything to show the contents of this file. Just by checking manually, we can see that okay, it's already written in our test.txt file. Just I would like to show you by this way. Okay, and 175. Okay, where we left. I here go with right. I use this structure with write option, and our next file will be story.txt, and I would like to insert some data inside this file. I know Ruby, so I do not forget to close it once again. Okay, when I run this file, in fact, just keep in mind story.txt. Actually, I would like to investigate this. Anyway, it's gonna take some time, so I don't want to waste my time, valuable time right now. What I'm looking for is that when I search the relevant directory, I would like to find out, I must find out this newly created file. Of course there exists, but it's gonna take some time. Later I will check where it is. Anyway, okay, let's go with the next example regarding file manipulations here. By using W+, that means read-write access will be available for this file.txt, for the file.txt. So it's gonna print some text inside this file, and after that I do once again this command. I apply this command, and some more content will be added to the file. I'd like to check inside of this file.txt. Okay, some more content will be appended. Okay, this one. Okay. Okay, just as I mentioned, this time write only, just by using this structure, some more content will be placed instead of some text we checked. And we go on with our next file examples. I'd like to give some reading procedures here, some reading examples. Okay, our file, new txt with access W+, read write, and a line of text will be appended, and another line of text will be appended after this command, and we close the file. So after that we'd like to inquire what is there inside this file. Okay, let's run it and see the result. Okay, actually this is inserted into the file, but I prefer to see what is inserted into the file. That's why I use this plus command. Okay, just let's check, is there new txt? Anyway, okay. Okay, I here prefer to give easy examples by using file commands. This is the keyword. A txt, I would like to create a .txt command, file, sorry, with access option W+. So read write option. So I'd like to insert character 1, and actually I'd like to write the file too, and I'd like to read the file to see where what is there inside it. Just I'd like to run. Okay, 1 and 2. Just I wonder what are inside the file. In fact, okay, this is our text file. 1 and 2 is placed inside in the file. Okay, this is the text file. Actually, the important thing here is that the file and your program you execute must be in the same directory. Otherwise you cannot access, you cannot reach the file that you manipulated recently. Okay, let's go with our next example here. I here give another examples here. A line of text will be printed at the end of this command. Actually there is another line will be appended here because we reach read write, and after that I recall these methods. I'd like to print out in a formatted manner, just like this, by using this. This underscores will be placed before the context, inserted context. Just I would like to show you when I run this file. Okay, just as I said, this structure will be printed out before this part of a string, and this is repeated for another one, a line of text and another line of text. This will include inside this file. Just I would like to test it. Okay, actually only the text part is included to the file, because how is that 180? We use this formatting just for puts command in another chain. We do not do with our file by using this format. Just we insert this text and that text after this one. Okay, how to delete our files? Sometimes it must be required to delete files. Okay, this is the syntax for the one. By the way, I'd like to mention this structure, file.file interrogation mark. That stands for to find out if the file exists or not. And if the file in fact does not exist, it's gonna give a logical false result. If exists, it's gonna give true in fact. So by mentioning this explanation, by the way, I would like to return our example once again. File.open. Here I use our sample file once again. Its name is text.txt, and this is the interrogation. File exists or not. Of course, so I have a quick look here. Text.txt. Actually, it doesn't seem exist. So after I run this Ruby snippet, I wonder if what's going on. Okay. Text. I cannot see. It must give false result in fact. What's wrong with this one? Anyway, I will check afterwards. Maybe in the next example we make a clarification for that one. Okay. We'd like to find out file info sometimes. I mean, we may require information about files that we're tangling with. This is an example for showing this one. We use test.txt file once again with read write option, and we would like to some file content so as to be printed on the screen, and this notation gives us the number of chars here, characters I mean, some file content. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, it gives 19. And here I inquire once again. File 0 that inquires that it's an empty file or not. Of course, it's gonna give false because file is not empty. So it's it gives false logical result. Okay. Okay, 19, as I said before, is the number of characters here. It gives the size of this file, and the result false, because there exists this file. That's okay. Okay, test.txt, some file content is included, just as I said. Okay, 182, okay, 183. Okay, this is another inquiry here, just by mentioning different file extensions here. Just before, I must express as a hint, I already created this file db.csv.txt, and just I would like to inquire the size of this file. Actually, it's a weird extension. Just I wanted to mention it. It's going to be different from ordinary file extensions. Sorry, apologize. I apologize. So when I run this file, it's gonna give 10. So just I would like to check this. We have already shown here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's gonna it must give the number of 10, in fact, as a number of character numbers. So I have already prepared this file, and here I investigate the size of that file, that specific file. It's easy. Our next example regarding this one, we go on with file info inquiries. One more example. This is our file and its extension to be inquired. These are the methods, in fact. We can investigate, we can inquire these things. Is the file readable? Is the file writable? Or other saying accessible for writing some things in it? And is the file executable? Okay, just here I'd like to display some things on the screen. Okay, just when I run this file, when I run this Ruby file, in fact, for the first two inquiries, it gives true. Okay, this is readable, this is writable, because we use this option write. W plus means it is writable and it's accessible. In fact, we're talking about being executable, not this Ruby file, but instead we're talking about test.txt file. In fact, as you see, test.txt is a text file. It accepts ASCII characters, so it's expected to give a false negative result as a result of this inquiry. We're asking if it is executable or not. Of course not. It's gonna give false. Okay, let's go with our next example. I here construct a if and structure here, and within this structure, this loop, I would like to read the content of a demo.txt file. So before that, I inquire that it is readable or not, because I would like to do something for inquiry procedures. And when I run this file, we'll find out. Demo.txt. Just I would like to find out this demo.txt by recent files. demo txt, demo, where is it? Anyway, just I must see it within this recent list, but I cannot see it. Weird, it's weird. Anyway, okay, let's go with our next. What it is expected as a result of this structure, just to dump of this demo file, in fact. Okay. Okay. Just I changed file name here to find out the function of this file. In fact, sorry about that. Just for this last example, we'll do what we intended to show you. Okay, the same things. I don't want to repeat the same things once again. Just I'd like to make it run to see. Okay, just this is my last expression that I would like to on the screen skip. That was a joke, in fact, because the previous file was a fake one. In fact, just instead of clicking this the next one, just here, as you see, I preferred to show you the contents of this message part, as you see, by this example that dumped the contents of my text file, my file.txt, as you can see here. Okay, this is the raw data. I'd like to come back our Ruby file. After executing this Ruby file, all this content will be dumped. Yes, guys, I'd like to thank you for watching this series of programming language, and please follow me for more programming languages. Subscribe my channel. This is my channel name. From here, I would like to give a surprising information for you. In my next videos, just I didn't decide yet, but there's gonna be Kotlin programming language, probably, most probably, but I'm not certain about that. I hope you enjoyed and you found useful this programming lessons, Ruby programming lessons. You guys, just I would like to say something on these courses. Before preparing these courses, I have completed many online courses. Just in my previous videos, I have listed some of them, and I created this course by following my notebooks, and just some of them just in my mind. I created some of them I copy paste what I'm saying. What I suggest you is that instead of copying the code, please write the code, edit the code by yourself manually, because it's gonna cause some results, of course, because this way or that way you will probably make some manipulation errors. But if you are using a sophisticated IDE, integrated development environment, it will show you your syntax errors, your entry errors. So each time when you repeat this procedure, you will be accustomed to structure and syntax much more strong manner, and you will get benefit from it. And that's all what I'm saying for the time being. Thanks for your watching, and thanks for your spending time for me. Please do not forget to subscribe to my lessons. As you know, www.youtube.com/user/Hasan Zeki Alp. Thanks for your time once again. Keep in peace. Once again, bye bye.